Hello everyone. Now I am going to tell you the next topic, that is body defense. So students, what do you understand by the term body defense? The first line of defense includes physical and chemical barriers that are always ready and prepared to defend the body for infection. These include your skin, tears, mucus, cilia, stomach acid, urine flow, friendly bacteria, and white blood cells called neutrophils. These body defense mechanisms are divided usually into two parts: non-specific defense mechanism and second, specific defense mechanism. Firstly, we are going to discuss about the non-specific defense mechanism. These are the primary and the first occurring barriers to fight against the disease. Specific defense mechanism is the ability of the body to develop immunity against specific pathogen, toxins, or foreign things. This is possible by a special immune system that produce antibodies or its lymphocytes that attack and destroy specific invading organisms or toxins. These are usually divided into four parts. The first one is the anatomic barriers. Anatomic barriers are those barriers which are made up of dead cells like the outermost layer of skin and mucous membrane. These prevent from penetrating or entering of toxic materials, foreign substance or enzymes. Most enzymes and substances enter through the skin and are easily trapped by the mucous layer present in stomach and are killed by various enzymes in the stomach. Now we will study each way of entry in brief. We will know about them in detail. The skin. The skin consisting of the epidermis and the dermis is dry, acidic, and has a temperature lower than 37 degrees Celsius body temperature. These conditions are not favorable of bacterial growth. That's why there is no or possibility of entry of enzyme from skin. Next, mucous membrane. The mucous membranes line body cavities that open to the exterior, such as the respiratory tract, the gastrointestinal tract, and the genitourinary tract. Mucous membranes are composed of an epithelial layer that secretes mucus and a connective tissue layer. The mucus is a physical barrier that traps microbes. Next, body encasement. Bony encasement such as the skull and the thoracic case protect vital organs from injury and entry of microbes. The next topic about which we are going to discuss is the physiological barriers. Generally, physiological barriers are the barriers which include different types of secretions, temperature of body, pH level, which stops and growth of pathogens in our body. The physiological barriers is the body or process that occur in response to pathogens in order to remove them from the system and vary depending on the location and situations. Physiological barrier include temperature, pH level, secretions, tears, saliva, etc. Body temperature. While normal body temperature of 37 degrees Celsius inhibit the growth of some microbes, body temperature, especially fever, limits or prevents the growth of many microbes, especially virus. pH level of the body. The acidic environment of the stomach, bladder and kidneys and the bile of the intestine inactivate many viruses and bacteria. Various body tissues are protected by the low pH environment created by acid production. Next, body secretions and enzymes. Saliva and mucus consist of enzymes in saliva damage the cell wall and cell membrane of bacteria. Tears contain lysosome that destroys and the peptidoglycan layer in bacterial cell wall, causing its lysis. The continuous washing of the eye with tears containing lysosome generally prevents the growth of microorganisms in the eye. Next, gastric juices. The HCl present in the gastric juices kills microbes by its low pH. Next, trypsin. Trypsin hydrolyzes bacterial protein causing cell lysis. Bile salts. Bile salts interfere with bacterial cell membrane causing destruction. Bile salts have both cytotoxic and bacteriostatic properties. Next, fatty acids. Fatty acids denature the bacterial protein and also render an acidic environment where it is present, inhibiting bacteria. Sebum. Sebum forms a protective acid film over the skin surface that inhibits the growth of many microbes. Spermine. Spermine and zinc present in semen inhibit the growth of gram-positive bacteria. Lactoferrin, which is widely represented in various secretory fluids such as milk, saliva, tears, and nasal secretions, binds to iron, thus interferes with the acquisition of iron by bacteria. Next, colostrum. Colostrum contains immunoglobulins and lactoferrins which protect against bacterial proliferation and growth. Next type of barrier is phagocytic barrier. Phagocytic barrier are the barriers which are present in the blood and prevent our body from diseases. Phagocytosis or phagocytic barrier of immune system. Phagocytosis is an important defense mechanism of host to provide immunity. Most of the bacteria that enter into host are killed by phagocytic cells such as neutrophils, monocytes, and macrophages. These have three basic parts. First, white blood cells. These cells track the movement of any invading substance, engulf them and kill them. Next, clothing factors. Clothing factors are the factors of ensure that no pathogens invade through wounds or cuts. Next and last, the complements proteins. Complements proteins are the substances that make the phagocytic barriers to prevent body from diseases. Next type barrier is known as inflammatory barriers. These are the barriers which prevent from invading pathogens. They include swelling, reddening, elevated temperature of the body. Though they are preventing barriers, but their severe effect can cause death also. The inflammatory response is a defense mechanism that involved in higher organisms to protect them from infection and injury. Its purpose is to localize and eliminate the injuries agent and to remove damaged tissue components so that the body can begin to heal. So students, now we have completed non-specific defense mechanism. Now we are going to start our next topic, that is specific defense mechanism. So students, specific defense mechanism is the defense mechanism which activates after the unaffected conditions to pathogens made by non-specific defense mechanism. They make a special defense line and secretes such substance that attacks directly over a individual pathogen or the point of infection. Mainly, these are the WBC or white blood cells, which perform these type of action along with T cells and B cells. Specific defense mechanism is the ability of the body to develop immunity against specific pathogens, toxins or foreign things. This is possible by a special immune system that produce antibodies and or activated lymphocytes that attack and destroy specific invading organisms or toxins. It is divided into two parts about which we are going to discuss. First, antibody mediated immune system, and second, cell mediated immune system. Antibody mediated immune system, these are the systems which produce proteins in blood plasma called antibodies. These are the permanent antibodies. They directly attack the pathogen or the site of infection. When in future these type of pathogens attack the body don't needs to produce more antibodies. Only the existing fight with the pathogens and kill them. That's way they are called permanent antibodies, as they remain in our body forever. Humoral immunity is also called antibody mediated immunity with assistance from helper T cells, B cells. B differentiate into plasma B cells that can produce antibodies against a specific antigen. The humoral immune system deals with antigens from pathogens that are freely circulating or outside the infected cells. So, next system is cell mediated immune system. These are not permanent antibodies, as they are released every time at the time of invasion of mainly these are the helper T cells, which are released by the body to kill the pathogens, and the helper T cells, which are always stimulated with phagocytic cells produced of sins, which kill the pathogens. Cell-mediated immunity is an immune response that does not involve antibodies. Rather, cell-mediated immunity is the activation to phagocytes, antigen, specific, cytotoxic, T lymphocytes, and the release of various cytokines in response to antigen. So students, your this topic body defense is completed. Now we will start our next topic in the next video, that is immunity, natural and acquired. Thank you students. Have a good day.